And I just want to say that every person in this place, I believe, including myself, is probably intimately acquainted with someone who has suffered from breast cancer. The statistics stick in your mind. I'm going to focus on my own area. I know it's not the Minister's responsibility, but just to give a few stats for Northern Ireland and for my own constituency of Strangford. In my own area, it's 129.4 per 10,000 people develop breast cancer in Strangford, compared with 165.2 rate across Northern Ireland, a significantly better incidence rate in Strangford. But when you compare that with England, the stats were worse off. The incidence rates for Northern Ireland and for Strangford is 62 per year. The 38 per 10,000 people die from breast cancer in Strangford, compared to 36.1 rate across England. So I make the point that we in Northern Ireland, and my constituency in particular, have some rates which are fairly scary. And people dying from secondary breast cancer. And the Northern Ireland has the highest mortality rate of breast cancer in the UK, compared to 33.97 rate in England, 34.2 in Scotland and 33.9 in Wales. In a Freedom of Information by breast cancer, they found that 40% of hospital trusts and health boards across the UK were unable to tell how many secondary breast cancer patients were under their care, including my own local South Eastern Health and Social Care Trust. I want to focus, if I can, upon the secondary breast cancer, which the honourable gentleman did in his introduction, and congratulate him on bringing it forward. And he set the scene so very well. Clinical trials provide a vital opportunity for patients to access potential new treatments at an early stage of their development. And this is so particularly important for women with secondary breast cancer, who often have limited treatment options available for them, and for whom clinical trials provide precious hope of more time with loved ones. So the recruitment to the many clinical trials were paused during the pandemic. Whilst there was relatively little disruption for breast cancer patients already on clinical trials, the pause in recruitment to many trials will have made it difficult for other patients to access them, and I want to focus upon that if I can. In March, the National Institute of Health Research suggested that many NIHR-funded or supported studies may have to be paused, as healthcare professionals were asked to prioritise frontline care and make research facilities available for this if asked to do so by their employer. Of 92 breast cancer trials that the NIHR Clinical Research Network was supporting in March 2020, 50% were paused for recruitment, 45% continued, and 5% were closed. So the research clinical trials are so important, and I just want us focused upon that. Of the 118 respondents to the Breast Cancer Now survey who were receiving or expected to receive treatment as part of a clinical trial during this time, just under a quarter told us they had experienced such disruption. This pause in recruitment would have made it more difficult to access trials, and 59% of all respondents were concerned about this. So I pose this question to the Minister, who I know always answers with knowledge and understanding. What lessons can be learned from the speed with which trials for coronavirus have been set up, and how can we apply this to setting up clinical trials for other health conditions like secondary breast cancer? Perhaps the coronavirus trials may have given us an opportunity to look at trials for breast cancer and secondary breast cancer in particular in a different way. What good can we bring out of this? Members of the Association of Medical Research, like Charlie, I'm coming to an end, must be very, the AMRC, I just want to say this, I have it on record. The AMRC Charlie account for 66% of total research in cancer. The suspension of many fundraising activities and shop closures due to COVID-19 has had an immediate and severe effect on charities' income. This year, the research investment will drop by £310 million. At Breast Cancer Now, it will be a 34% drop in income over the next year as a result of the pandemic. So I'm supportive of the AMRC's call for Life Sciences Charity Partnership Fund to mitigate the impact of the pandemic and ensure continuity of charity fund research. I welcome Government's commitment to the £750 million charity support package, but the medical research charities have not had any help. And I want to just say to everyone, to the honourable gentleman for introducing and everyone for speaking, thank you so much. I've done that about 100 miles an hour. Thank you.